Beloved children of light, listen to my voice, the voice of the one who walked the path of pain, to show you the way of liberation. If you yearn for more of my words, for more of the light that emanates from the Father and resides within you, then I ask you, follow this blessed channel. And if your heart ignites with this message of hope, click the like button, for in doing so, this message of light reaches more brothers and sisters who also need light in their lives. Today, I come to speak to you about an event that marked the history of humanity, a symbol of suffering and apparent defeat, the cross. But behold, my beloved, for the message I bring is not of lament or resignation in the face of pain. On the contrary, it resonates with the force of thunder on a stormy day, announcing the victory of love over all forms of fear and illusion. Yes, I was on that cross. I felt the piercing pain of the nails, the dryness of thirst, the shadow of apparent separation from the Father. But even in that moment of profound agony, the flame of love never went out in my heart. I knew, with the certainty that resides in the essence of every child of God, that the cross was not the end, but rather a passage, a portal to the full manifestation of the victory of spirit over matter, of love over fear. There is an eternal and immutable truth that resides in the core of being. Nothing that is truly real can be threatened, and what is not real has no lasting power. The cross, with all its pain and suffering, was an illusion, a fleeting shadow that could not touch the reality of my being, which is one with the Father, one with perfect love. And so it is with you, my beloved. The pain, the fear, the guilt that sometimes assail you are but veils that obscure your true nature, your divine inheritance of love and perfection. Look at your lives, my brothers and sisters. How many times have you felt crucified by circumstances, by relationships, by the very limitations that your mind imposes on you? Perhaps you feel the weight of loneliness, as if nailed to a cross of isolation. Perhaps the pain of loss pierces your heart like a sharp nail. Perhaps the burden of guilt oppresses you, making you carry a cross of regret and self-condemnation. If so, my beloved, remember me. Remember my triumph over the cross. For the same victory that manifested in me resides within you, like a divine seed waiting to germinate. You are children of the same Father, made in the image and likeness of perfect love. Your triumph over all forms of fear and suffering is as certain as mine. I wanted to teach you, through my example, that love is the most powerful force in the universe, capable of dissolving the densest illusions and transmuting pain into joy, fear into peace. Love knows no barriers, does not bow before adversity, does not extinguish in darkness. It is the light that always shines, even in the longest nights. Consider the story of that man who lost his job. He felt nailed to a cross of uncertainty and despair, fearing the future and questioning his worth. But instead of surrendering to fear, he sought within himself the strength of love, the certainty that he was loved and supported. He allowed himself to receive the support of his loved ones, trusted his talents, and persisted in his search. And just as I rose from the dead, he too was reborn into a new opportunity, stronger and more confident than before. He triumphed over the cross of unemployment through love and faith. Think of that woman who faced illness, feeling trapped on a cross of physical and emotional suffering. The pain was intense. The fear of uncertainty haunted her. But instead of surrendering to despair, she clung to the love that surrounded her, the affection of her family and friends, the hope of healing, She sought inner peace, the connection with her divine essence, and allowed the healing love of the Father to envelop her. And over time, her strength was renewed, her health was restored, and she triumphed over the cross of illness through love and faith. Behold, my beloved, the cross manifests in many forms in your lives. It can be a difficult relationship, an inner conflict, a painful loss, a financial challenge. But in each of these situations, the same opportunity presents itself to choose love instead of fear. When you feel attacked, remember that attack is always a disguised cry for love. Instead of retaliating with anger or resentment, offer understanding and compassion. This is the way of triumph over the cross of separation and conflict. When fear paralyzes you, remember that fear is the absence of love. Seek within yourselves the certainty of the love that created you and sustains you. Trust in your inner strength, in your connection with the divine. This is the way of triumph over the cross of insecurity and anxiety. When guilt oppresses you, remember that forgiveness is the key to liberation. Forgive yourselves and forgive others. Release the past and embrace the present with a renewed heart. This is the way of triumph over the cross of regret and self-condemnation. The liberating truth about the crucifixion is this: the cross has no power over love. It is merely an illusion of suffering that dissolves before the light of truth and the power of love. My resurrection was not just a singular event in a distant time. It is an eternal symbol of the victory of spirit over matter, of life over death, of love over fear, a victory that is yours by birthright. Therefore, when the shadow of the cross approaches you, do not surrender to despair. Remember me, remember my triumph, and recognize that the same power resides within you. You are children of perfect love, and your triumph is as certain as mine. Allow love to be your armor, your sword, and your shield. Allow it to guide your thoughts, your words, and your actions. In every challenge, in every trial, choose love, choose peace, choose joy. This is the way to your triumph over every cross that presents itself on your journey. Just as the seed planted in the dark earth blossoms in beauty and abundance, so too can pain and suffering be transformed into growth and wisdom through the power of love. Trust in the process of life. Trust in the love that guides you in silence, and allow your light to shine intensely, witnessing the victory of spirit over the illusions of the world. And now, if this message of hope and triumph has resonated in your hearts, if the certainty of invincible love has strengthened your soul, I ask you, with the love I have for you, click the like button. For in doing so, this message of light reaches more brothers and sisters who also need light in their lives. If you wish to continue nourishing your souls with more of my words and the word of the Father, follow this blessed channel and explore the other videos, where more messages of love and healing await to comfort your hearts. If you need an answer or direction for your life, you can send us an email with your questions, and we will respond as soon as possible. The email is in the description, and if your heart overflows with generosity and you feel the calling to support this channel so that this message can bless more and more brothers and sisters, the donation link is in the description. May the triumphant love of the Father and my peace be with you always.